Hi, Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and today we are Bible journaling Psalm chapter 62, verse number 1 through 1, but I actually do read through 2 because it's just really good. So verse 1, and we're using Distress Oxide and having just a ton of fun. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need the Psalm 62:1, My Soul Rests in God printable. I'm going to be using this one here on clear sticker paper. So I have printed this out on clear sticker paper, and then I'm just going to cut around it. So to cut around it, you can just use scissors, totally acceptable. You can also use a gyro cutter as well. Those are kind of fun to use to cut around any of your stickers. And I have a video on YouTube on this, so if I remember, I'll link it up. If I don't link it up, remind me and I'll get that link to you. But it's really fun to use a gyro cutter, especially if you don't have a machine that cuts your stickers. But I'll use scissors because most people have scissors, and scissors are really great for clear sticker paper cutting. So I'll be using this one mostly, and I think that's probably the one I'm going to be using. So this printable is available in our store. It's only $5. It's also available if you purchase the Psalm and Proverbs Illustrating Bible using our affiliate link. So details are in the description. Go ahead and click that link, purchase it, then go to the blog and download it. You can get this download for free, or purchase it in our store, or if you're a Momentum member, of course you already have it. So yay. So we're in Psalm chapter 62 verse 1, and I'll read that here. This is the New International Version in the Illustrating Bible, and we are in Psalm 62 verse 1, and it says, "Truly my soul rests in God, my salvation comes from him." And I'm going to read more because I have to read more. "Truly he is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken." I love that. Okay, so that's the verse that we're really highlighting. This is a Psalm of David in Psalm 62. So what's really great about the Illustrating Bible is that you can fold it in half and use it just like that. You can also take pictures of your work. You can put it on Instagram. It's really nice. You can put something behind it. This is a Illustrating Bible mat, and you can place that behind it, and just by basically pushing it in there, and that gives you a nice solid surface to work on. Okay, just like that, super easy. Now I love using the Distress Oxide. Now I do not prep my page when I'm using Distress Oxide, so if you want to use a page prep, gesso, or whatever, feel free. I'm just not going to do it because, number one, the chances of it bleeding through with a thick page is difficult. You really have to get it inky, and I don't. But if it does go through, I don't worry about it because I just will incorporate that into my next design. It's actually kind of like a challenge for me, so I don't worry about it too much. But again, if you worry about it, then feel free to prep your page and yeah. I'm going to underline my verse like I always do. I love to underline the verse so I don't forget what I'm working on. And plus it just is another opportunity again for me to be engaged with the scripture. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Distress Oxide paint. And I don't have a melon color, so I'm mixing a melon color. So to mix the melon color, I just basically come in here and I just put some of my Distress Oxide. This is the Worn Pink, that's what I have. And I have some Spiced Marmalade. I'm just going to place that down. And then I'll come in with my dauber and then just pull up the color until I get something that looks, I don't know, somewhat melony. And that's what I'll use. So that's what I'm doing today. And then I'm going to come in here, I'm just going to apply some of it to the page and see how we do. It looks like it's a little bit orange, so not so melony. So I can come in here if I don't want to go ahead and mix on palette paper. That's what this is. I can come in here and just add a little bit more of that pink and do the mix right on the page. I try to mix on palette paper first because again, I'm adding a lot of ink now. I don't have any bleed through yet, but I could get it. So when you continue to add more and more ink to your page, it's got to go somewhere, and it usually goes down. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this because I don't want to waste a lot of time. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of that, and then I might come in with a little, this was a little bit too orange for me. So I need more of that pink to create that kind of melony look. Okay. And then I want to come in with a little bit of gray. So let me grab this hickory smoke. That's what I have for gray. And I try to use what I have. I don't like to buy supplies that just hang out in my house. So I will try to use what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part. The only thing I'm doing is just inking this page, adding color here and there. And if I were to play this the whole time, you would be totally bored. So I'm going to go ahead and add my colors, and then I will be right back, and we will do add some stickering together. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm done with the first kind of pass at it, and I'm going to go ahead and put my sticker. I just basically cut out my sticker here, and I'm going to place this here. And the reason why I want to do this now is because I would like it to kind of really pop with color, and if I don't, it'll have more color behind it. And I really want it to be kind of white behind it, so I'm going to go ahead and place this down now. And then I will go ahead and continue with the rest of the blending. Now, when I'm blending on paper, again, don't forget to prep if you're worried about bleed through, but I will come in and with the color that I want, let's say this is a little orange right here, I'll come in with my pink and then just go in circular motion, just blending those two colors together on the page as opposed to doing it on the palette paper. Now, I will do it both ways. I do blend on the palette paper as you saw, but sometimes it's easier to blend on the paper, and you just have to be careful. Don't accidentally rip your page because you're forcing your blending. So let me go ahead and add the sticker. I'm going to finish up with the rest of the blending, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so my layer of Distress Oxide is down. For those of you guys who are wondering, did it bleed through? It does not bleed through on the Illustrating Bible because it's such a thick page. But, I'm not going to tell you it's never going to bleed through, because if you use a ton of ink, we could probably get anything to bleed through on any Bible. But you can see I came in here and I showed you how I just really kind of dug in there, really just kind of blending those colors in. And I'm loving the result. Now, am I done? I'm not done. I feel like for Distress Oxide, it's really fun to add water to it to see what kind of effect you can get. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in my Bible right now. I just have a little spray bottle, and I'm just going to kind of drip a little bit of water on it. Just little drips. We're going to see what kind of oxidation effect we can get with the Distress Oxide. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for a while, and then I'll be back. I'm actually going to let this air dry, so I will be back in a little bit. Okay, I am back, and I know that some of you guys were a little bit freaked out when I added the water, because like we said, whenever you add a lot of water and ink to your page, you get bleed through on the other side. And the answer is yes, you actually do get bleed through on the other side, but I am going to work with that. And I would encourage you to like and follow or subscribe to our channel so that you can figure out in the next few days how I incorporate this into my next project. So be sure to stick around and see that. But let's go ahead and finish this up. My page is dry, I did let it dry for about 45 minutes, and then there was just a few bubbles left, and I went ahead and just dried it with a heat gun. And now I'm just going to finish it up using the rest of these stickers. I'm going to come in and I'm going to add some stickers. I might do some journaling on the side as well, but I will go ahead and fast forward through this part so you don't have to see me cut a bunch of stickers and place them down. And in just a few moments I will share with you the final result. So I will speed up this part. Okay, I am back. I did a little bit of journaling. I just said, Lord, on days like these, I'm reminded of my true home. And while I'm still here on earth, I will continue to seek your will in everything I do. The journey isn't supposed to be easy, but it's supposed to be with you, my God, my heart. So I'm going to just finish this up by adding just some little doodles. I like to do like crosses here and there, just around here. A couple tips for you. I do use a Posca pen. Love the Posca pen. I will definitely link up in our supplies list if you're interested in purchasing one from Amazon. I usually buy them in bulk. I'll usually buy a set and it'll last me all year. So usually I buy 3 or 4 at a time, last me all year. I just open them up when I need them. And I use them a lot in my Bible journaling. You can see here that they don't bleed through. I'm not having any problems with bleed through on the Posca pen. The pen is acrylic paint, so it just kind of sits on the top here. And I just really am enjoying the time here that I just sit reflecting on Psalm 62 verse 1. And I can add like little dots as well. Another tip I have for you that I use when it comes to journaling in my Bible, with this specific illustrating Bible, if you use the illustrating Bible mat, this one here, I will typically, and I'm not sure if you saw because I fast forwarded through that part, but I will typically just line up my ruler with the edge of the paper, so it's flush against the edge here, and then I'll line it up with the line, and then I'll draw my line. You can see here that I drew my line like from here to here, and I move it and I draw my line from here to here so that I have some lines to write on. You don't have to do that. I don't often do that. It's not like I don't do it all the time, but it's just nice. I just sometimes like to have straight lines. But if I don't do straight lines, again, I don't worry about much. Really, for me, Bible journaling is just me spending time with God, just being in His Word, thinking about Him, being in His presence, inviting Him here along with me to just spend time in His Word and to think about Him and how great He is. And it's not about the art. It's never been about the art. It's always about the relationship. And our God is a God of relationship. And He just wants to be with us. He just wants to have fellowship and love on us. And that's what we're doing today, is just being thankful and grateful to have a Father who sends a Son on earth to die for our sins so that we can be forgiven through the blood of the Lamb. And it's such an amazing thing to be His daughter. And I'm continuing every day to grow in His Word and grow in relationship with Him through Bible journaling. So we do have a free course. If you haven't taken it, you're welcome to take it. I hope that you enjoy it. I always will include a link for you. And I hope that this was helpful to you and that you have a very blessed, blessed day. Goodbye.